Welcome to the Workamper Show, brought to you by Workamper.com. This podcast helps you discover how to finance your RV travel dreams. Each one of our episodes will introduce you to people who are already living the RV lifestyle or to work camping opportunities all around the U.S. You'll also learn how to hit the road the right way and make the most of every opportunity. Now let's turn over today's show to your host, Greg Gerber.
Today I'll be interviewing a woman who has been RVing for many years and is now one of the foremost trainers serving in the RV industry. Today's episode is brought to you by Workamper News. Since 1987, they've been helping businesses of all types find and recruit work campers who serve in a variety of positions around the country to help further the mission of great businesses. When you become an employer member at Workamper.com, you'll have access to resources and support to help you develop and implement your work camper recruitment strategy. In today's market, it's more challenging than ever to keep a flow of applicants coming in. Workamper News recommends advertising your current and future work camping job openings frequently throughout the year, as well as scheduling some time to regularly search the work camper resume database, because new work campers are joining daily. Work campers like to plan many months ahead, so now is the time to take action to begin developing your work camper team. You can learn more and download a quick start guide for employers at www.workamper.com/employer. Brenda Puckett is the owner of Queen Bee RV, which is located in Oklahoma. A former real estate agent, Brenda found that experience to be soul-crushing in the way it took over her life. She started RVing as a way to escape the stress of being in real estate. Although her husband was not a big fan of camping, Brenda discovered several women's camping groups and enjoyed spending time with them. She loved RVing so much she wanted to find a job or start a business in that industry. She was scrolling through the Reddit forum one night when she saw something posted by a couple who had just graduated from the National RV Training Academy and started working as inspectors. After a call to the school the next day, Brenda packed her car and headed to Athens, Texas a few days later to attend classes. Within 18 months of completing her first RV inspection, Brenda had built her business to the point she could walk away from real estate entirely. With the extra time, Brenda expanded her business by providing training services. She started doing one-on-one coaching with new RV owners. Then Brenda became involved in doing training for women's groups by conducting seminars around the country with 52 University, which was a spin-off of a 52 video series she created with a partner for YouTube. Soon, Brenda was helping to teach classes at the National RV Training Academy, especially as a technical assistant in the hands-on labs. But she also loved to teach people about setting up small businesses. Eventually, Brenda took over the Small Biz RVer class to help people learn how to be entrepreneurs, especially in mobile businesses of their own. To tell us more about her passion for helping people fall in love with RVing, as well as the myriad of businesses she's involved with in the RV industry, please welcome Brenda Puckett with Queen Bee RV to the show. Thanks for joining me today, Brenda. I appreciate your time. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your business.
My business name is Queen Bee RV. And that came about after a long stretch in real estate. And I get to tell the story frequently whenever I'm in front of the business class at NRVTA. I was in a soul-crushing kind of position where I just let it take over my life. And I was looking for something else. And I had started solo RVing, and not because I am single, I am married, and the mister does not love RVing. We live out in the country and he is more of a homebody, and I was not done. We'd tried some couples camping and I wasn't done. So we decided to get me a Class C, and I hopped out on the road, and I'll tell you more about that. But I was out there looking for people to camp with and found some women's RVing groups, and I loved it more and more and more and more. When I was out there, I was like, God, I wonder if there is either a part-time job, a side hustle, or something that I could make this into more of a type of career. And then I got the bug, I got the fever. So I had gone to a bunch of the RV shows and started asking everybody that worked there, what's the best job in the industry? What should I do? And a lot of them were like, be a manufacturer rep, be a sales rep. And I just gotten out of sales. I was like, no, I don't want to do that again. And people were like, writer, designer, or all sorts of different fun things. And lo and behold, when you ask, the universe presents something. I was on Reddit scrolling one night, and a couple had just graduated from the National RV Training Academy. They'd become certified RV inspectors, and were doing an Ask Me Anything, an AMA. So I got online really quickly and was like, what is this? Being from the real estate industry, I knew I spend all my time with home inspectors a lot. It's got to be something really similar. I'd never heard of an RV inspection before. And I think we're still in that process of educating the consumers, but they're getting a lot more savvy. But I messaged them and they said, there's a cool school down in Athens, Texas. And within 5 days, I packed my car and zoomed down there. And my husband was, what are you doing? And I loved it. And I tell the students this frequently, I had a 30-day, 60-day, 90-day, half a year, 1 year plan, and eventually hoping to segue out of real estate. And things took off. And like I said, I got the fever and I was like, I'm doing this thing. And all of it came about, the name and my branding and everything. Oh gosh, it's so fun. It feels very different from what I was in before, even though there's lots of similarities. And we'll have home inspectors that come through and get trained at the academy. So there are some similarities. And then there's lots of different things too, and a different kind of consumer.
How long did it take for you to transition completely out of real estate?
I would say I was doing both. I had one toe still dipped back in the real estate industry, but I was going full throttle on Queen Bee RV. So I would say maybe a year and a half before I officially turned my real estate license off, so to speak. I'm in inactive status or referral status. And once I started posting things on social media, I think my real estate clientele got the clue really quickly. So they started finding other people to help them. And I have a bunch of real estate clients that transitioned into RV clients. But I would say by that summer, I left NRVTA in February of 2020. And by the late spring, early summer, I was getting the inspections and I was really focusing on drumming up the inspection business rather than real estate.
But you go beyond inspections with Queen Bee RV, don't you? A lot of education of consumers, and that's so desperately needed in our industry. There's so many horror stories about people who buy RVs, they're excited, they drive them off the dealer lot, and then they're like, I don't know how to use this, where to go, what to do, how to tow it, and all that kind of stuff. And those are the kinds of information that you're providing to RVers today, right?
Agreed. I agree. I think, first of all, when I found out what it was, I was like, this is brilliant. Some of these people are paying anywhere from $10,000 to hundreds of thousands of dollars for these RVs. It is somewhat one of the second biggest purchases these people might make. Why wouldn't you want to do something to protect your investment? And I had come from a coaching and teaching and mentoring background in both the real estate industry, and I also used to coach young athletes in the cheerleading and dance team world. So I had that in my blood and I really loved it. And when I saw what all of those folks were doing on staff down at NRVTA, I was like, I wonder if there's a space for me, not only in the inspection side of things, because truly on the inspection side, we are educating, we are coaching and teaching them, so to speak, in the form of that written report. And then I'll take it a step further. And a lot of the inspectors will do a product, they'll have a product that they offer. They have different names for them, like a custom tutorial, an owner walkthrough that they might do after the purchase to help people get familiar with the rig and every single system and component, how to properly, safely operate them, maintenance, etc. And I love that. So I'll do a one-on-one. I just did one with a female keeper weekend before last over in Oklahoma City, and they loved it. She brought her man along and they got to ask specific questions, and I could do it for all day. I'll usually spend at least a half a day with them. I think people love that product. I call mine Queen Bee VIP Day.
Oh, that's fun. You're absolutely right, because when they go pick up their RV at the dealerships, they're often getting that walkthrough. It's very compact, very compressed. They're throwing a lot of information. They're demonstrated how to do things, but it's so rapid fire that they often forget. So to spend a whole day with people, and I've heard others in similar situations meeting clients at campgrounds and helping them get set up that very first time, learning how to dump their tanks and how to plug into the electricity safely using the protectors and things like that. I applaud you for doing that kind of thing.
Thank you. It's really rewarding. And when we finish, the customers are so grateful. And then they know that they've got a friend now in the industry. And if they have some questions here and there, they can get back with me. And I love that. And that feeling that, and I say this frequently, when you're talking with somebody that is a professional in the industry, and nothing against all the influencers and awesome people that are on YouTube and different social media channels, it's really challenging to figure out who you can trust out there. There's hundreds, if not thousands of videos. And how do you know? Because a lot of times there is conflicting information out there. How do you know that the person that you're watching truly is saying the correct things? And I love being able to say that I do have this certification, and I was trained by master certified technicians, and I feel confident with the information I'm sharing with them.
Your education goes beyond just helping people with their RV purchases, though. You have a real passion for helping women in particular fall in love with RVing. How did you get involved in that?
Really, because of the female camping groups that I had joined whenever I went out solo camping when the Mr. Queen Bee decided to stay home. We're dog hoarders. We forgot to have children, so we have 4 dogs. So somebody's got to stay home and take care of the fur babies. So he loves that job. And then I got out there and joined some of the female camping groups. And there's dozens, if not hundreds, all over the country, and started traveling regionally, and could tell as soon as I got certified as an inspector, I was like, you know what? People immediately started asking questions whenever I'd go to the women's events. They started asking questions. And so I thought, I wonder if there's an education opportunity here. At first, I was thinking just in general, because I've been working with both men and women clients whenever I was in real estate. And then I started getting that feeling that, you know what, it's a different atmosphere when we're at these women's events, and they were asking questions that I could tell they had a comfort level speaking to a woman and being surrounded by women, asking things that they might feel a little embarrassed or shy or shameful about in a mixed crowd. I was really lucky. One of the female groups asked NRVTA to host a women's workshop at the campus there in Athens. And the staff at NRVTA asked me if I wanted to teach one of the modules. So the very first one that I got to teach was about propane safety. And I just jumped in with both feet. I was nervous as all heck because I had to teach the class in front of my guru, Todd Henson, the beard. I had to teach in front of him, and I loved it. And they were so gracious and asked me to start working on campus in a couple of different roles. And then I started traveling and teaching at some of these women's events. People were asking me sometimes to teach for an hour, sometimes a whole day, sometimes a full workshop. So that has segued into, I partnered with another female certified technician and inspector named Dana Hext. She has a business out of the North Houston area called Empower RV. And we formed a joint venture where we now travel all over the U.S. teaching women's workshops. The name of that, by the way, is 52 University, 52U. And it was a spinoff from a YouTube series we had done called 52 Ways to Empower Women RVers. And we did one video a week last year in 2022. And it liked to have been the death of us because we don't live in the same state. We did not realize what we were biting off, but we made it happen and did 52 videos. And one of the gals at one of our workshops came up with the idea, said, you should call your school 52U for 52 University. And now 52U is traveling around. We just got back yesterday from the Poconos. We did Napa Valley this summer. We've done another one in California. We've done Texas. We've got Pacific Northwest on the books, Missouri, Arizona, Florida. We're all over the map.
How fun. That would be an adventure in itself. Yeah. You also have another product that you're working with, the Small Biz RVer training class. How did you get into that?
So when I came through the school, NRVTA started getting a lot of feedback from the students that there were people, and I will tell you, the age ranges in our classes, it runs the gamut. There's a lot of us, like I'm in the over 50 crowd, that had never been a business owner before. And so NRVTA, long before I came through there, started figuring out that they needed some classes to teach people how to be entrepreneurs. Some people had a full lifetime career working for somebody else as an employee and had never been either their own boss or have a small business or do any consulting. So I sat through. Howard Jarrow is the certified or the advanced course instructor for inspector land. He was the business course when I came through. And then Steve Anderson of Workamper News was the business course instructor. After that, he and Mark J. Kohler, who's a tax attorney and CPA, had developed this really cool course to give people an exact blueprint of here's how to get into business, everything from your finances and bookkeeping to how to market, how to get set up with your business entity if you wanted to decide to form an LC or an S Corp, all sorts of tools. And they have an online product called the Small Biz RVer course. So students can watch this entire thing. It's a self-paced product and it's mostly video based. There's other goodies that they get from me if they come to Athens and take listen to my presentation in person. It's really cool. If anybody's a list checker, they can go down the list and understand, okay, I am doing things correctly, properly to launch my business. I watched the whole time I've spent in Athens helping them with different projects. Like I'm a technical assistant for the fundamentals course. While I was working as a technical assistant, I would watch Mr. Anderson deliver this business product. And I secretly had a little dream and goal that when he got tired of doing it one day, I didn't want to push him out. I just wanted to be able to be a part of it, whether I would be a co-teacher or presenter, or if they would ever trust me to hand it off one day. I wanted to be first in line, and the day came. And towards the end of 2021, he said, Brenda, I am taking on a little bit different role in the business there. He's a co-owner of the National RV Training Academy, along with the Coopers. He said, we're taking on some different roles, and I would love it if you would be interested in taking over and be the presenter for the Small Biz RVer course. So as the students come through the fundamentals class, that is week 1, before they launch into becoming either a certified technician or a certified inspector, they have the option of coming bright and early at 7 a.m. every day to listen to different aspects of starting your business. And I get to present that course to them, sampling of that course. And then I also share all kinds of nuggets of success stories that I have heard from Texan inspectors over the last 2 years on what they're doing.
That's great. I know a lot of people have started businesses of their own in their RV that they've been, because it's changed over the years. You can work anywhere you've got internet capability and electricity. And that fits the
Absolutely.
RV lifestyle. So if somebody was starting another business and needed some help, are you able to provide that, or is the training only available to NRBTA graduates?
I'm glad you asked that, because although it's named smallbizrvrcourse.com, anybody could get out there. It is really awesome general business advice. There are, I want to say it's close to 50 videos in that self-paced course. Anybody could apply it. In fact, I have had students who came through and said, I'm getting this for myself, and I'm getting it for my college age son, daughter, whomever, because it is such awesome advice. So anybody could get out there at smallbizrver.com. Hang on. Don't quote me.
Okay.
I gotta look up while we're talking. Making sure. Yeah. Small Biz are the name of the course. There you are. The name of the website is smallbizrver.com.
Very good. So anybody who has a business could benefit from taking that course.
Absolutely.
Do you help people set up businesses and things like that? Do you provide that kind of business advice to people who are running mobile businesses?
I will tell you what's really awesome. The people that do purchase that optional course, and it's separate from the training academy, it's an optional course. If they purchase that for 1 year, they have access to live Q&A with the tax attorney and CPA, Mark J. Kohler. He does a 1-hour session with us once a month, and people get to submit questions in advance. It is fantastic, because I know what his billing rate is at the law firm, and it ain't pretty. I'm kidding, Mark J. Kohler. He's worth it too. It is amazing. And he will let us in this very intimate Zoom meeting setting, uh, ask questions, whether it's about RVs or setting up wills and trusts to sending the kids or grandkids through college. He answers medical, insurance, all sorts of questions. It's fabulous.
He's an amazing guy because he's both an attorney and a certified public accountant. They're rare to have somebody from addressing things from both a legal and a financial perspective.
Yup, he jokes, he says, so that means you can't trust me or understand me, one or the other.
Another product that you have been involved in that just launched is the RV operations course. How did that come about?
Yes, I was so honored. In our VTA and the marketing and sales department, Tony Flamia, the director, came to me and he and Todd were putting together a new version of the home study course. And they asked if I would do an entry level product that would be the intro to the home study course. And we started cooking this up in the summer of 2021. And I worked really hard on that. I was just so honored that they would ask me to do that. And I'd done they'd seen me do some YouTube videos and taught a few classes, but I'd never done anything like that before. I'd truly done an online course. So I wrote the material over the next 6 months to a year. We ended up taping it all last summer. They worked really hard on getting it edited while they were rolling out the new version of the home study course. And then this summer, they went ahead and launched it along with the Home Study Course Pro, which I don't know if you've heard that. This is all on rvtechcourse.com. The Home Study Course Pro is more hands-on. It includes all the labs that we teach during fundamentals. And then my portion is we decided to call it RV operations because it is definitely not a baby beginner type course. And yet it is for people just getting started. And this is what I say to people. And you heard me mention this earlier. It's so challenging to know if you're doing things correctly and you want to learn how to protect your investment, protect your safety, do some maintenance and some troubleshooting on your own. When you go out there on YouTube and you look and you don't know which videos are the ones to trust, I love this because this information is being presented by people from an academy that have been doing this training other RV owners and techs and inspectors for years and years. So they're getting information from a trusted source. I introduce them to, like, I do call outs on all the parts and pieces. You know, when you walk around your RV for the first time and you're like, what the heck am I looking at? All of those vents and openings and things look really similar.
And
you don't know what, very scary. And you think every button that you push and every valve that you open that you're going to blow the thing up or hurt yourself or damage your investment. So I call out all the parts and pieces, identifying all of those things. I introduce them to what we affectionately call RVNEs, and that's that special language that RVers use that when you're sitting around the campfire and everybody knows what they're talking about except you, it can be really intimidating.
Did you see that toad?
Exactly.
And
oh
you're
my
looking
God.
for a thing going ribbit, ribbit, ribbit.
Yes. And shore power. And
Exactly.
why is it called city water? And oh my gosh, there's so many acronyms and just crazy things. And the classes don't make sense. A, B, C. A is the biggest, B is the smallest, and C is in the middle. What in the heck are they talking about? So I introduce them to those, and then we introduce them to some basic troubleshooting and maintenance ideas. I think those things are so empowering when you're first getting into RVing, to know that you can get out there and tackle this thing and have some fun instead of just being so tense the whole time that you don't know if you're doing it properly. So that's how I got involved, and we're real excited. It just rolled out this summer and it is on special right now for $99.
That's
so
cool.
I hope people go take a look.
You had talked about finding information online, and you're correct. Anybody with a video camera is producing videos and putting them up on YouTube, and you do not know whether it can be trusted or whether the information is even safe that they're offering. And the work that you've been doing with the National RV Training Academy can be trusted because the Academy itself is approved by the Texas Workforce Commission. It's the only educational facility in America that is approved by that organization to train people about those kind of technical issues. So it's very cool that you're involved with that.
Thank you. I agree. I'm super proud of us and the Academy itself, and I am honored to be a part of it. They have been so supportive, especially of Dana and me in our 52U adventure. They are cheering us on all the way. I really appreciate their support.
And the best thing I think about the course is that it's available 24/7. That whenever
Mhm.
somebody has a problem, so you're in a campground and you're like, I remember reading about this, but where was that? What am I supposed to do? You can actually log in and look at that information anywhere you're at.
Absolutely. I love that too. And you can go back, and I said this in the introduction to RV operations, that you can go back and watch it again and practice some of the ideas that I challenge you with to go and figure out on your own rig. And then come back and do a little refresher. And like you said, access information anytime.
And then the pro course with the hands-on labs that they've got at the NRVTA so they can see how to use the test equipment and where to
Mhm.
plug it in specifically and what the readings mean and things like that so people can do their own basic self-diagnosis. And then they can say, this
Absolutely.
is something I can fix myself, or no, I'm going to have to call in the mobile service technician or actually take it into a dealership.
And that I always like that, and I try and teach at the women's courses too. If you have this knowledge, it's not immediately get out the phone and the credit card, here we go. You can at least go through some of the steps yourself because you know what, Greg? A bunch of the time it's user error. You just don't understand what that button does, what the power source is, whether it's coach battery or 120 volts AC from shore power or generator. We don't understand those things. And I've done it when I first got into RVing. I paid my mobile tech here in town, I'm in Oklahoma, $150 to come out to tell me that in order to extend my slide room, I needed to have the emergency brake on and the engine running. I see. And do you think he batted an eyelash charging me that? I was like, oh yeah, we've all had experiences like that. So I love this RV operations and then the home study course where you at least have that foundation and you can say, I've got this checklist. I did these things. It's time to call a professional.
And the videos are short, correct? They're less than 10
Right.
to 15 minutes a piece so that you do not have to wade through an entire course to see where was that information. You can see specifically what you need to address and then go in there and watch it and put it into action.
And they live on a platform that has divided them into chapters. So you can see exactly what you're looking at, whether it's 10 minutes or whatever, and you can zoom through pretty quickly to get to your answer.
I understand you have a YouTube channel as well. Is that the one you were talking about before that you'd done?
I do. I have BRV, so feel free to go out there and subscribe. Queen Bee RV Inspections. And then Dana and I also have 52 Ways and Counting. So we have different types of material, and I'm not gonna lie, a lot of it's geared towards the female RVers, and we have plenty of male followers as well that are getting good info out there. So feel free to subscribe.
I think that would be a good idea. People wanted to connect with you in other ways. How could they do that?
I would love it if they would go to queenbeerv.com. And by the way, you spell out B, so queenbeerv.com. And you can see, like I said, I've got a blog out there, all the links to my social media, my services that I offer as an inspector and a teacher and educator, all of the things that I offer out there. So I would love it if they would go find me on my website.
I understand that you are not an RV ever at the moment, but you are involved in a very special project and will soon be an RVer again. Tell us
Gosh,
about this project.
so I parted with my last Class C motorhome and decided that I was gonna get a towable, which is an adventure in itself and will be all recorded because the only thing that I have towed to date is the flatbed trailer or the boat with my husband trying not to make me cry sitting in the passenger seat. So I have always been a motorized girl, and so I'm switching over, and I have an Airstream, a vintage 1978 Sovereign land yacht that is a full shell off restoration. And so I've gotten all the renderings. It's going to be beautiful and a fabulous Queen Bee RV mobile. We're discussing names. It could be the Duchess, and it's going to be pretty special. And my dream is that I want this to be my mobile training lab that I get to take around and have women practice hands on, like you said at the beginning of this, doing here's how to hook up the water, here's how to dump the black and gray tanks. Just really practice that and gain some confidence doing things in person with me helping.
That's great. I am going to object to calling anything 1978 vintage. That's when
I
I
know.
graduated from high school, for crying out loud.
I know. I'm right behind you. I swear. The people do tell me that. I'm like, is it really?
That's
Anyway,
great.
yes, I agree.
Thank you very much, Brenda. I really appreciate the time.
Oh.
Would hope other people would come and take advantage of all your knowledge and training.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to share all that info. And if anybody needs to ask questions or is interested in coming down to see us in Texas, I hope they'll reach out and I'll get them connected.
I enjoyed talking with Brenda Puckett, the owner of Queen Bee RV. Brenda is a wealth of information about how to go RVing the right way by tapping into trustworthy information from reliable sources. Whether selecting a good RV to buy, then learning how to set it up in a campsite, to keeping it in good condition to protect the investment, Brenda has a knack for explaining complex issues in a way that makes it easy to understand. That information applies to anything pertaining to the RV itself, as well as running a profitable business from an RV. I especially like that Brenda is focused on helping people understand the unique lingo associated with the RV lifestyle. That can be very confusing. So she helps them understand what all the parts and components are called and what they are intended to do. Everything Brenda does is designed to help eliminate confusion so people can simply relax and enjoy their RV experiences rather than be tense all the time by thinking they're going to make a major or costly mistake. Making the information available online so it can be accessed anytime from anywhere someone has an internet connection makes the material Brenda develops a great resource for people to access around the clock. For more information about Brenda's training or to connect with her, visit www.queenbeerv.com. From there, you'll find links to her 52 Ways video series. If you'd like more information about Brenda's Small Business RVer School for Entrepreneurs on the Move, visit www.smallbizrver.com. For information about the RV Tech Course Home Study Training, visit www.rvtechcourse.com. Today's episode was sponsored by Workamper News. With its Diamond and Platinum membership tools, Workamper News is much more than just a job listing website. When you put the tools of this professional service into action, you'll find out just how easy it can be to turn your work camping dreams into reality. The one-year memberships open the door to a one-stop shop for all things work camping. Being the original resource for work camping, you'll find the largest number of job listings, be able to connect with a community of work campers, and view resources compiled by experts who've been enjoying the RV lifestyle for many years. If you're serious about leading a successful and enjoyable work camping lifestyle, then a Diamond or Platinum membership is for you. You can even get started with a free 30-day trial by visiting www.workamper.com/trial. Embark on new adventures today with the support of Workamper News behind you. That's all I have for this week's show. Next time I'll be interviewing a work camper about a job opportunities in New Hampshire working for Palace Entertainment. I'll have that interview on the next episode of The Work Camper Show. Thanks for listening, and if you like these interviews, please consider leaving a review wherever you download the episodes.